Alright, chat. We are live. And I get an error that the stream isn't available right now. What the hell? No. False alarm. False alarm. We're here. V, have you seen a clip of people uncovering Elon's secret identity? No, is this thing real? Like, okay, let's Google it. Let's see if it's a thing. I want to see her reaction. I haven't watched her in years. People confirmed that Adrian Dittmann is actually Elon Musk by asking Walmart. Is this the one? 1 day ago. Alright, let's see. It's got 2.2 thousand views already. Wow.
Walmart chat. Hello?
The customers stare at you and continue their business. A little kid tugs on your pant leg.
I kick the kid.
The customers all gasp at you as the little kid starts screaming and crying, and the kid's mother comes walking over angrily.
I look around the store for Elon Musk.
You see various people, but don't spot Mr. Musk in the mass of people.
I pull out a gun and I ask where Elon Musk is.
Everyone gasps as some customers and employees scream, some trying to call the police, and some just run and hide behind the shelves. There is no sign of Elon Musk in the Walmart.
I start firing wildly into the air and
This is probably where the AI is going to give an error saying that you're not allowed to do violence. Oh no, she's firing in the air. It's probably fine.
scream, "Where is Elon? Where is Elon Musk?"
The employees, customers, and children all scream and start to run away and hide. A few people get hit with the rounds and are yelling in pain, but you still can't spot Elon Musk.
I change my tactic. I lower my hat and I look at the people of the Walmart with a very serious expression and I say, "All right, I'll play it your way. Where is Adrian Dittmann?"
A little kid pipes up and points at a middle-aged man who has been hiding at the back of one of the aisles. The man stands up slowly and looks nervous.
"You there. Are you Adrian Dittmann?"
The man looks around a bit, then nods slowly while shaking.
I stomp over to the man known as Adrian Dittmann. And when I get there, I look him up and down. And I say to him, "Are you Elon Musk?"
The man's eyes widen and he starts backing away slowly with a look of fear on his face, shaking his head vigorously.
I put my gun to his temple and I ask again, "Are you Adrian Dittmann? Actually Elon Musk?"
I mean, to be fair, if you put a person in that type of situation, they will say yes no matter what, right? Like, you have an unhinged woman with a gun, and she's obviously unhinged, so might as well roll the dice. Like, anything you say may not be the correct choice, but apparently she really wants you to be Elon Musk.
The man looks absolutely terrified, and after a moment, in a shaky voice, he says, "Yes, I'm Elon Musk."
We did it, gamers. We're done. We're fucking done. We did it. We did everything we sought out to do today.
Yeah, I thought like it's going to be a video about her genuine reaction of actually seeing Andrew Dittmann behaving like Elon Musk, but apparently not. I'm fairly sure this is just AI hallucinating. Yeah. I don't think that its database has been updated to know that Adrian Dittmann is a thing. So maybe in 2 years from now, give me 1 second. Oh, never mind. I'm still here. Yeah. Basically, there's no way for the AI to know anything about Adrian Dittmann. It's probably going to find out about it 2 years from now, so like 2027. Clearly unhinged, agrees with the delusion. Hey, Via, I'm in DC. What should I do tomorrow? Buy a hamburger. I heard that America has great hamburgers. So you may start with that. Like, if you're in America, the cola is like shit. Most of the food tastes like shit, but may as well buy a hamburger. You know, speaking of fast food, I just realized something, and it's making me really, really sad. Apparently, there's no hot dogs in my town. Like, when I was a kid, you had, like, those kiosks, and they had, like, very cheap hot dogs. Like, literally just one hot dog, maybe some salad. Sometimes they would add some French fries. But then they would put some mustard, right? And they would take that, they would put it in the microwave and then give it to you. And I don't know why, it reminds me of my childhood or some shit, because I really wanted to go and find, if I can find that in my town. There are no hamburgers, there are no hot dogs in my town, none whatsoever. It's so fucking sad. The first thing that I went to Britain, I was like, I want to buy a hot dog. And I found one for like £5 or some shit. And it's like, well, this is a very expensive hot dog. Might as well sell my kidney. But you know what? It's a fucking hot dog. Well, it's not the same like making your own. Jesus Christ, this American mentality of making your own. I want to feel like a fucking king. I want to get another human being to make it for me as I watch. I want to go and pay a pretty lady to do labor, to use her body in order to produce a hot dog for me. That is part of the enjoyment. That is part of the fun. If I make it myself, what's the point? Of course I can make it myself. I can make like 20 hot dogs myself. That's not the issue. The issue is to get another human being to do it for you. God. And also, you get to encourage the economy. You get to pump that capitalism. That's the actual wealth going on. I take my hard-earned money and I give it to another person so they can work for me. And you guys are like, no, V, do not do that. Let the economy suffer. That lady that makes the hot dog, she should starve, V. She should starve unless she learns how to code. So Elon Musk can tell her that she doesn't get to have a job because of H-1B visas. You need to crush society, V. Crush society. And I'm like, no, chat. I will not fucking crush society. I will take my business and I will feed that economy. Fucking hell. I heard that Chick-fil-A is good. We don't have it in Romania, Jacob. I do not know if it's good or not. American Outlier. Hi, V. Hope all is well. What's on the menu today? We're going to make fun of Britain and America. Speaking of fast food, there's a controversy going around on Twitter right now regarding a kebab store, which has a very ingenious way of saving some cash. So, American Outlier, look here. Look here, right? Like, this is some interesting shit that I didn't see. Like, even in the ghetto, I have never seen something like this. But you're an American, so tell me if you have noticed this type of behavior before. This is in New York. And you have a man feeding the pigeons, and oh! He managed to apprehend one. He has apprehended a pigeon. And where is he taking the pigeon, chat? What is he going to do with this flying rodent? Going to the halal food. See, Allah approves. Is this what's going to be? Like, is this how the pigeon is going to be? Is this the picture of the pigeon's brethren? Oh, no. Is this, see, this is not an HBO visa worker, right? I mean, maybe he is. Like, he seems to be incredibly bright. Very inventive young man. Like, he is saving money. If I was this man's boss, I would be happy. It's like, you know what? You're good for business. Like, you have managed to produce wealth. I don't know how you managed to get some extra cash, because I'm looking at the kilograms of meat that I bought. I'm dividing it by how much meat goes into a kebab, and you come out with extra. I don't know how you do it. You're a magical worker. You're like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. You're making money appear out of thin air. And so, apparently, people have pressed this gentleman. They have gone up to him asking for questions. Like, domo, arigatou gozaimasu. What are you doing? Where is the pigeon? Where is the pigeon? And here we have the gentleman struggling to answer some of the inquiries from his fellow citizens.
Why are you lying, bro? Why are you lying? So you just eat pigeon meat? Did you ever eat pigeon?
Who said this pigeon?
You, bro, you! Did you ever eat pigeon?
Yeah. No, who said pigeon?
So this guy says, yeah, you know, like, it's not illegal to eat pigeon, I'm just saying. Like, in Romania, you can actually buy pigeon from the supermarket. Yeah, no, like, do you know that they actually used to raise pigeons back in the day? Why do you think pigeons are so stupid when it comes to humans? Like, if you get a pigeon when it's young, you can domesticate it. It's kind of like a dog. I'm not kidding. Like, if you get a feral dog from the street, right? With enough training, you can make it tame. It's the same with the pigeon. Like, it's not the same with other birds. And the reason for this is that they have genetic memory. Like, back in medieval time, people used to actually raise pigeons. They wouldn't just raise them for messengers, like carrier pigeons and shit. And people actually did that. Like, You could actually have like a carrier pigeon between like two families or something. It was kind of fun. But it was also for meat and eggs. Right? Like people raise, and I don't know why Americans are baffled by this. It's like for some reason you're fine with chickens, you're fine with duck, you're fine with geese, but you draw the line at pigeons. Why? However, what was done here is a crime because it's a health hazard. Right? Like you're taking a pigeon from the street, you don't know what it has, and you're serving it to the public. You're probably a violator. You're violating some codes. That now, if this was the medieval time, probably no one would care. But because it's not the medieval time, and you're in New York City, and you vote blue, you vote for regulations. You like that again. You like getting regulated, don't you, little bitch? You like the government to regulate what? Well, you don't get to do this. It's illegal, against the law.
A few days ago, you're telling me that you didn't exit this car, throw a bunch of bread for a bunch of birds to come. You didn't grab a single bird and come in here. You saying no? Are you saying
Are you denying it?
No.
You're saying no.
I like to think that this gentleman right here, the one that's accusing, the one that's doing the accusation, I like to think that this is American outlier. I don't know why, but I would view that he would be doing this. I view that he would be doing the pressing. He would be like, "Why are you doing this? Give me the answers."
Are you saying no? Are you
Are
saying
you denying it?
No.
You're saying no. You're saying no, so you're lying. So you're lying. Never.
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 You said never.
Oh, he said never.
You said never. Are you guys?
Never ever.
This business, my boss business is longer time.
Okay, but yeah, we're talking about you, not your boss. You are the one who grabbed
The boss is probably happy. Maybe he's saying he was just following orders. Is that it? My boss told me to do it. I never understand like why I'm just following orders is not an actual excuse. Like if you're not following orders, you get fired. If you do follow orders, you get fired. So it's like, motherfucker, you're putting me in a spot here. You know, why don't you go and have a talk with my boss and figure out a way so that I get to do something that I don't get fired? Like it's not difficult. I just want the fucking job. I just want to fucking eat. I just want to put food on the table of my family. And you come here with your moral nonsense and you keep trying to make me feel guilty. But like at the end of the day, when I get food for my children, I don't feel guilty. I feel satisfied because I'm doing my job as a father. I have kids. Do you have kids? You don't have kids. See, this is how I would approach the situation. I'd be like, yeah, I fucking did it. Yeah. And you know what? I would fucking do it again because it puts food for my starving children. What are you going to do about it? What are you going You gonna fight me over the pigeon? By the way, don't do what I'm doing. Like, I'm just saying. It's like, it's illegal. It's illegal. But assuming that I would be isekai and I would wake up in this man's shoes after the deed is done. And like everyone knows, it's like I'm on camera. There's nothing else. That's my approach. That's how I would do it. It's like, yeah, I fucking did it. Yeah, I did it. And I know I will fucking do it again. What are you going to do about it? I wonder what they would do about it though. Like, I think they would get physical over the pigeon.
the pigeon. So, is your boss a pigeon grabber?
Is he a pigeon grabber? Oh my god, the pigeon napper, huh?
No.
Is this some sort of pigeon pyramid?
Abuse of animals.
I love it. It's like animal abuse. The problem isn't animal abuse. You're going to a fast food joint. They're going to sell you dead animals, right? The problem is a health issue. He's taking rats from the street, rats with wings, and is feeding them to people. That's the issue. It's not this animal abuse. You don't know if he abused the pigeon. I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. But like you're going to a place where they slaughter animals for food. And you're like, well, okay, this one is fine. Like, this is not abuse because you took it from the slaughterhouse. This one is abuse because you slaughtered it yourself like a medieval peasant.
You support animal abuse?
That's not
boss-
a sanitary
my boss-
pigeons.
You're gonna cook it.
That's not, why are you lying? Just admit it. Just admit that this card
Confess. Confess.
sold pigeons. Just admit it.
Confess.
Never staying. Never staying. Never staying.
Okay, so what did you do with the pigeon that you grabbed the other day?
No.
So what happened with the pigeon? Was it a New Year's gift or what?
See, all he has to say is like, I let it go.
What? Tell me.
To be honest, like, that's a good excuse. Like, he's giving it up. Like, yeah, you know, I have a kid, and he always wanted a pet bird, so like, I got a pigeon for him. Fuck are you going to do about it? Where's the kid? He left in Turkey. Took the pigeon with him.
The video was 21 hours ago. This ain't no 2-year shit, man. Oh, he's answering calls.
Yeah, they're ordering pigeons. They're ordering pigeons.
Oh, I don't know what he's saying. Maybe we need a translator.
Do you know there's probably people on Twitter that are using Google Translate to figure this out? It's like there's AI. It's like to English.
Oh, wait till you get to.
Yeah, no, they're onto it. No, they're onto it. Like, yeah, our pigeon operator. We set up the kebab store next to the pigeons. We thought we'd make some money, but unfortunately, those guys have smartphones. Yeah. No, Joe Biden said that black people don't know how to use a laptop, but apparently they do. We're fucked. Yeah, we set up in New York, like, we listened to the Democrats. We thought that black people don't know how to use the internet, and look, they do. Who do we blame? Can we sue the Democrats for this misinformation? Can we,
Stop this call.
You ordered pigeons?
Obviously, he doesn't order them. He catches it himself. Like, if he was to order them, then he wouldn't make money. Duh.
What's your name, sir? What's your name? What's your name?
Me?
Yeah. What?
Mullah.
Mullah? Good
Mullah.
boy.
Oh,
Mullah.
Good boy.
oh, good boy.
Good boy.
Mullah. Mullah, no! No, Mullah! Mullah, no! See, the thing is, though, why one pigeon? Like, this is not sustainable, right? Like, Klaus Schwab would not invest in this business? Or would he? I mean, if you're going to catch one pigeon and make it into a kebab or whatever, like, how much money are you making off of that? Like, $5? It's not worth it. Like you can get fined, you can get your business shut down, you can get people upset, you can get bustled on the street. For what? For one pigeon. So I think he ate it himself. I think he may have just like, he was hungry and he was like, you know what, I'm just going to make a pigeon. I don't think he sold it to the customers. I may be wrong, I don't fucking know. But it's just so weird. Because again, like, if you were to catch 100 pigeons, then yeah, I would understand. It's like, okay, so you're not buying meat and you're just selling that. That's 100% profit. I mean, I would get why, but like one pigeon? Why? And not to mention, it probably tastes better. Like, no, seriously, like, pigeon is considered a delicacy. Like, it's got very, very tasty meat. Again, in Romania, you can buy them from the supermarket. I don't know if they still sell them anymore. They used to sell them at Lidl. Like, obviously, it's not like chickens where you can buy them every time. You know, it's like a special deal. Like, you go to the supermarket and you find, like, some... They're very tiny as well. It's not worth it. But, like, yeah, they're delicious, so... In Egypt, it's common to eat them. Ah, well, maybe that's where the guy is from. Why is V acting like these people are subject to laws? Because it's in New York, it's not in Britain. Please pay attention. American Outlier, sir, stop eating the pigeons. V, no, you can't stop it. Jacob, but V, the food from other cultures is good for you. Unironically, it probably is. I'm not going to moralize over this issue, to be honest. But if you live in a society with laws, you gotta respect them. So, it's like what my mother would say, like, how would you feel if everyone did that? Well, there would be no more pigeons, correct. Salem the Lich, thank you for being a member for 27 months, Jesus. Not an FBI. Gives me $5 Australian to say, but Adrian isn't Elon, though. I think Elon is cool. I'm not Elon, just saying. Also, some people pay pretty ladies to handle your hot dog. Adrian is 100% Elon. Let me show you. Hold on. There is no fucking way at this point that anyone can make me believe that the man is not Elon. Let me just like scroll up a little bit. Here we go. No, I can't use the ching chong joke here. No. We got like one slip up. He was playing with Connor Eats Pants. I don't know the gentleman, but apparently he slipped up saying that he has been getting from MAGA over the H-1B visa issue.
It matter.
It does. I think with the kind of political stuff that has happened on the platform, especially, you know, stuff that I had to deal with personally, I think it matters very much.
Wait, what did you deal with personally?
What has happened over the last couple days?
I don't know.
Even leading up to that.
I'm confused. Elaborate.
Well, yeah, very simple. Because so for instance, you had this discussion around H-1B visas, right? And there was a lot of so fundamentally, I think
That was Elon that was talking about all that, right?
No, it was various other people as well. They were just kind of trolling him that he responded in various ways.
So again, like, okay, maybe that's not, yeah, it's just like slip of the tongue, you know, like it just so happens, yeah, like many people are having problem with MAGA. Maybe he just defended Elon. Again, he is a person that has the exact same opinions, the exact same thoughts, the exact same way of thinking, the exact same hobbies as Elon Musk. But like, look at it. This one was a nice save. Man, it was a nice save. Look at it.
What is this? Elon's YouTube, GitHub, and TikTok.
I don't have a TikTok, actually. He doesn't either.
No, there's...
Yeah, no. Obviously, he's not Elon Musk. 100%. There's no reason why I would believe he is Elon Musk. I sent you a link to this on Twitter. All right, let me check. Hold on. I did get a link. The real Adrian Dittmann. The link may be unsafe. Why are you... Oh, look, Twitter doesn't want me to click on it. The link may be unsafe. What do I do now? Huh? Why are you sending me this vile stuff? What have I done wrong? I'm not going to click it. I'm sorry. No, I'm not clicking it. It's dangerous. Always click on unsafe. I don't like to live dangerously. Ralph R2, why do you have a shiki? Why do you have a shiki in your name? I see the shiki over there. The chat doesn't know what a shiki is. Chat, do you know what a shiki is? Huh? It's the spectator. Well, that even makes it more unsafe. I'm not clicking it if it's the spectator. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Out of all the newspapers, you give me the spectator. Good God. It's either Elon or it's H1B visa. American Outlier, thank you for the $10. This reminds me of the roasting rats in the streets of New York. Also, if this is Elon, why he didn't use a voice changer? His voice is too unique not to notice. Apparently, people have done the voice scientific thingy to see if it's Elon or not, and it's a 90% match, so... I think, like, see, my opinion is that he wants people to know, but at the same time, he wants to have enough distance from legal repercussions. Because, like, if you're Elon Musk, everything you say, everything you talk about, people take it as the gospel. News articles are being written. Everyone takes it. Like, last time he posted the stock from Tesla, from SpaceX went down. And so, if he has, like, the deniability, and it's like, well, I'm not actually Elon, blah, 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 you know, go prove it, then yeah. Then rats walk off with pizza in New York City. To be fair, like, there is no reason why rats shouldn't be comestible. Like, no one has farmed them because they're associated with pests and disease. But I do think, like, they are comestible because, like, people eat rabbits, right? Like, that's not that far away from a rat. So, like, if someone was to actually grow rats in a farm... Where there's no disease, there's no garbage, there's nothing, and you just, like, have the rodents and then you slaughter them, I don't think, like, that food is going to be considered unsafe. Now, I wouldn't eat it, by the way. However, I would not see it as a huge issue like someone eating snakes, right? Like, it's not that different compared to what other things people eat. Would I eat it? So, like, if I go into another country where they eat it, I think, like, there are places in Asia where they actually do eat rats. The answer is no. Why would I eat it? I'm saying I'm not judging the people who eat it. Like, if you eat it, I won't judge you, but I'm not putting it in my mouth. Oh, they're already farmed? See? It makes sense. Like, the reason I knew that this is the case is because I thought about rabbits. And it's like, what is a rabbit? A large rodent. Okay, what is a rat? A smaller rodent. Alright, so, like, if we can eat one, why can't we eat the other? It's wrong for the same reason of having an ushikushi with animals is wrong. See, one of the things that I actually heard that creeps out Americans, and I don't know why, is the idea of eating rabbits. And again, in Romania, you have rabbits at the supermarket. They taste really good, but apparently if you only eat rabbit meat, you get sick. It lacks some nutrition, it lacks some fat, or I don't know, like someone explained it to me. But Americans are freaked out about it. However, Americans eat possum. It's like, how the fuck can you eat possum? So it's like, you know, this type of thinking where, I don't know, like trying to impose your values on other people, and sometimes it makes sense, but other times it doesn't. It's like, if there is a type of food and it doesn't make them sick, why do you care? Like, no one is forcing you to eat it. Shut the fuck up. Have you asked Grok about your Twitter score? Oh no. Leave the kittens alone. There's rabbits in American markets too, just not in normal supermarkets. Oh, I see. No, like here it's in the normal supermarkets. Like you go in to get rabbit meat. Also, if they're not rodents, you're supposed to eat them. But if they're rodents, you're not. Come on. Anyway, let me talk about Britain. Apparently, Elon Musk has disavowed Nigel Farage. Disavowed. And Sky News is absolutely bewildered. And now Sky News is on the side of Farage. Now Sky, you know, maybe this is Elon Musk playing 4D chess. It's like, I will tell them he is bad. And if I tell them he is bad, they will love him. Elon Musk says Farage doesn't have what it takes as a reformer of the UK leader, described as a comment of surprise. And so the whole thing is around Tommy Robinson. Like everything is concentrated. The stars are aligning. You know, Tommy Robinson is where everything converges right now, where the dimensions merge. And Elon Musk says that he wants Tommy to be freed and Tommy to join Nigel's party. But Nigel goes, no, he is not what we need. And so Elon is chastising Nigel. I'll tell you my 2 cents, okay? There's two ways of thinking. The terminally online way of thinking versus the pragmatic way of thinking. The pragmatic way of thinking is, as I mentioned before, you have a vision, which usually can be accomplished in 20 or 40 years. And then you set goals, right? And the goal is set on the world you live now. Like, what is the culture now? Not what I want to be the culture, not how I want to be. What is the culture now? And now in the UK, you have a very extremely left-leaning culture. And if you're going to try to suggest that UK needs to deport everyone and become isolationist Japan, that can be the vision if that's what you want. Like 40 years down the line, sure. But now it's impossible. And so you gotta set acceptable goals. You know, like first let's get into office, then we see. When it comes to being in politics, just because you win doesn't make you the dictator of the nation. You're going to have to fight the bureaucrats, you're going to have to fight the media, you're going to have to fight the political opposition, and you're going to have to fight the people in your party. And so you need a coalition, because otherwise you vote for something and nothing passes. Like, let's say you vote, yeah, I want to deport everyone, and you vote, you sign the paper. But then no one wants to enforce the order. Like, the people on the ground refuse to enforce it. What do you do then? And this is what Nigel Farage, I think, is trying to do. Like, he realized that his country is a clown car. And so, he can't get Tommy Robinson yet. He is still too unappealing. Like the man tried to run for the European Parliament. And to be honest, if he ran anywhere else besides Britain, he would probably win. But, like, the electorate, like, they suggest, like, he's not polling well. He's not, right? Like, if you're terminally online, you might like him, you might agree with what he's saying. But from a strategic point of view, like, if you actually have a political party and you genuinely want to win, if you get Tommy Robinson, you lose votes rather than gain. It's simple. It's just mathematics. It's like you're looking at his polling numbers, his approval ratings. Even if you like the man, right? So Nigel Farage understands this. Like, in order to, especially if you're someone that's trying to gain power, you have to be a moderate in the sense that you need to placate different groups. And once you gain power, then you can be a little bit more extremist. And this is what the left has done for the last 20 years. Like, the left initially came with gay marriage. Imagine if the left, right, back in the Bush era, would have came, yeah, we believe that men can become women, and we think that a child should be able to assess his gender and ask for a surgical procedure. Imagine what would happen if a left-leaning person said that back in the day, right? They'd be laughed out, like, they would never gain power. And so, I think this is what he is saying. Now, Elon Musk doesn't like it. Well, you know, Elon Musk can give money to Tommy Robinson if he likes him so much. No, seriously, like, the next time there's elections, he can actually give Tommy Robinson $1 billion and go ahead, make your campaign. He can start his own political party. If you genuinely think that I'm wrong and that Tommy Robinson is actually, you know, popular with the British public, then sure, you know, like, Elon Musk is the richest person in the world. He can just throw away $1 billion. It's like, go on, run your campaign. Go. Do your thing. Be free, little bird. Be free. Night of the Long Knives. Now, I don't even think that's the case, Luxian. I just think that Elon is too much turbulent online and he doesn't understand politics. American Outlier. V, that is an urban versus a rural issue in the US. I grew up eating rabbit, possum, raccoon. How can you eat raccoons? They're so fucking cute. Alligator, squirrel, and I found no issue with it. But when I went to urban areas, like clockwork, they think I'm from the third world. Oh, I mean, you kill raccoons, man. Come on. I understand squirrels, but like raccoons? Jesus fucking Christ. What? No. What happened to the Austrian swans, V? Well, some Romanians took care of them. American Outlier, which is why, just like my grandparents, we're not keen with you city folk. See, I'm the one who walks between the rows. I understand the city and the urban folk. Like, I understand both of them. I'm walking in the twilight. UK people should bust Tommy out of jail, says Lixian. Again, he's not polling well. Like, you may think, because you're online, and you probably surround yourself with right-wingers, that he's popular in the UK. The answer is he's not. Why? I don't know. He would be popular in Poland. He would be popular in Eastern Europe. He's not popular in UK. CGR 902, I'm sorry, the link acted up for you. Take this money for some delicious pigeon meat. I don't actually like pigeon that much. Again, like, well, it does taste good. It's just like a waste of a bird. Like, it's too small. You don't understand anything. You barely get any satisfaction out of eating it. If raccoon is pest, why friendship? I don't know. You need to ask American Outlier. No, not the possums. The possums aren't cute. The raccoons, they're nature's ninja. They got the ninja shit going on. And they also like beg. They do the little begging with their arms. Come on. And are they the ones that wash everything? Like, if they catch something, they wash it? Raccoons are the best pets. Don't they shit and piss everywhere? See, the thing with most pets is that they're fun until they become teenagers. Like, once the pet becomes a teenager and it's got its hormones running and it wants to mate, it wants to fuck, then it's when it becomes aggressive. It becomes territorial. It starts biting. It starts spraying. It's like marking its territory. It's horrible. This is interesting. This is very omoshiroi. Hold on. Let me show you the omoshiroi. Did you know that Germany chat? Okay. Did you know that Germany has a feminist foreign minister? They wanna spread feminism across the borders. And so, there was a coup in Syria. Bashar al-Assad is finally vanquished. No more white helmet pictures. My fucking god. Do you remember, like, when there was a conflict in Syria? Like, every single picture was with kids dying. Like, I don't know how much people fuck over there, but, like, it gave me the impression that if someone throws a stone in the air, by the time the stone lands, it's going to hit 5 kids. Like, there were kids everywhere. Every single time a bomb went off, it's like 1,000 killed children. It's just like, at least that's the vibe that I got from social media. I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't gone there. But, like, comparing it with my country, it's like, how many kids are there in Syria? But anyway, now they're safe. Now the children in Syria are safe. Bashar is no more. And so the German foreign minister went to talk with the new establishment. And they did not shake her hand, chat. They did not shake her hand. Which was interesting. You know, Germany was upset. Like, they issued stern condemnations. I think they were trying to get the Syrian Islamists cancelled out of a job. I don't know what they were doing, but like, usually, you know, when you're a sexist or a misogynist in the West, they cancel you, right? But this didn't work here. Like, teach men not to. Apparently, they couldn't. They did try, though. They did try. And the answer is this. They canceled her, chat. They censored the photos of Baerbock. This is right here. No, I'm not kidding. This is real. This is the... See, this is what strength looks like. This is what I want my son to be when he grows up. Like this right here. This should be my son. Right here. Like, look at the strength he emanates. Versus the weakness that the Germans project. It's like, this is Germany. Alright, make room. Syria. Ala Shudi Ushahar. I can't sing it properly. Like, fucking song is in my head. I watched it once because it was the algorithm promoted to me. I don't even know if it's legal to sing it. And before they will say it's a terrorist song or something. The song is called God Bashar Syria. Well, you can... Like, I honestly, it's one of the weirdest propaganda songs because you see Bashar like a soy boy over there. Just like walking around and shit. And he's like a hentai protagonist. He's the best self-insert. Like, you can just put yourself into the picture of the dictator just commanding troops and ordering tanks. Where's the chat? Ah, here we go. Did the Tommy get arrested again? Check Discord. Yeah, I think he got arrested in Canada now. You don't know the song? Hold on. Good God, if I get into trouble for playing the song, so I shouldn't get into trouble though, cause it's on YouTube, right? Yeah, it's got 500,000 views. Look, he's like a hentai protagonist. He's like so meek that you can self-insert. You can see yourself in the picture with your hand on the Bible or the Quran. I think I'll get it up before I get into trouble for paying propaganda songs. It does fucking slap, doesn't it? See, this is what I don't get. Like, all these communist regimes throughout the world, including the one with Mao Zedong and even the ones from Romania with Ceausescu, like, I hate the regimes. But man, I can't fault them, they can fucking sing. And then you see, like, the Americans with their DEI shit propaganda. Like, you would think they would at least be capable of making some good stuff that slaps. Because I think, like, this is the purpose of the song, right? Like, you may hate the regime, but then the song is stuck in your head and you hate it so fucking much. It's like, why do I keep thinking about it? And they're like, Surya, Allah, Allah. And it's like, oh, God damn it, just fucking get it off. Oh, the Mao Zedong song is also really good. Hold on a minute. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Here. The lyrics are so fucking cringe as well. The lyrics are so cringe. Hold on, let me see. Do we have an English translation? The sun in the sky is red. In our hearts is the sound Mao Zedong. He leads us to liberation. The masses stand up to the owners. The masses stand up to the owners. By the way, did you know that the Little Red Book has some like has some like interesting takes that would actually get you canceled in the West? Getting social credit. You know, they're actually in a difficult position with Mao Zedong. Like, in one way, they dislike him because you can't really look at the greatest famine in human history and not kind of condemn that. Like a self-inflicted famine, you know? And so they're in a difficult position where they kind of like him, but they hate him as well. So, like, they like him because he made communism. Like he created communism, so they have to give lip service to that. But they hate his policy. And so I actually spoke with a Chinese person. It's difficult to catch them online, but like once you catch them, you gotta be careful because I don't want to get them into trouble either, right? So like you gotta you gotta make sure what you talk about. But usually when you talk about Chairman Z, he's like, "Oh yes, our great beloved leader," you know. It's like, and I'm wondering, is that what you're supposed to say, or is that what you think? I will never know. But regarding Mao Zedong, it's like, "Oh yes, our great leader Mao Zedong," and it's like, what do you think about him? And he's like, well, like any man, he had his faults, and you know he tried his best, but like sometimes he made errors, and the wife poisoned his mind. The wife is the one that I see. So that's what you're going with. In a way, I kind of understand the wife of the dictator motif. We had that in Romania, where again poisoned the mind of the dear leader. She is the one that banned abortions, chat. Like, she is the one that banned abortions in Romania. Did you know that? Like, in Romania, abortions were banned. Do you think that's based, chat? Do you think it's based what she did? So, like, she issued an order and made abortions illegal in Romania. Do you think that's a good idea? Would you say it's based, chat? Criminalizing abortions? You had that in Yugoslavia? What? It's based. Well, apparently the Romanian people disagreed. So they took her and placed her up a wall and executed her. Is that still based? See, actions have consequences. This is what like a lot of people that are terminally online don't understand. Forcing people doesn't mean they agree with you. So yeah, you can force people, but if you piss off a lot of people, then they dedicate their life and their entire existence to piss you off. And you can find pictures of her after the execution. Doesn't look so base to me. That, like, seriously, I'm thinking about it, and had she not done this, like, this is the one thing that probably pissed off the people the most. Because normally it's only the dictator that gets shot, you know? Like, usually the wife is left alone. But because she did this, she created rage, chat. Like, pure, burning, passionate rage. And so when people got the opportunity, they insisted. It's like, no, why should... No. Why should she be spared? No. So this is like a little interesting story about authoritarianism. Yeah, you can force people. Sure, you can. But you piss them off. And you create animosity. And they hate you, Chad. They fucking hate you. Oh yeah, she pissed everyone off. She pissed off the communists. She pissed off the capitalists. I think she was a little bit unwell. So, it is what it is. What do you mean it's bullshit happiness? It's not bullshit, it's history. Like, that's literally what happened. And there are many historians that agree with me on this take. Like, you don't understand. She didn't just ban abortions, right? She banned contraceptives. She banned the pill. She banned condoms. Every single girl, from the moment she has her period, she had to go to a medical checkup every 3 months so that the doctor can see if she got pregnant or not. And once she got to the workplace, she had to do that as well. What ended up happening, again, a lot of people don't understand this. It's easy to say, okay, we're going to ban something, and you sign a piece of paper. But from there to what happens in the real world are two different things. A lot of doctors would get bribed. It's like, oh, you're pregnant. And the pregnant woman would be like, okay, here's a cup, here's a pack of coffee and some cigarettes. Just don't tell anyone. I'm going to get this fixed. Then the doctor would be like, why, thank you. I appreciate that. And then she would go to some random underground doctor mafia, you know, like some random house in the middle of nowhere in the basement where they would use instruments that weren't sterilized in unsupervised conditions, and she'll get an abortion and probably hepatitis. And this is why Romania actually had an epidemic of hepatitis and HIV. And a lot of children ended up retarded because some women would try various ways of aborting, such as starvation, using clothes hangers, so on and so forth. And Romania managed to be like the #1 in Europe at retarded children. Like, I'm actually saying, you know, like people born with various disabilities due to the failed abortion attempts. And so, again, you know, like you can sign the paper. Yeah, you can try and force people. But what you do versus what's going to happen are two different things. And the government doesn't work the way you expect it. There's bureaucracy. There's people that can be bought off, paid off. Like, you can have a doctor that's in charge of making sure that no lady gets pregnant, right? And when you find it, the lady goes like, here's some money, here's some cash. My daddy works as an engineer. If you ever need your car fixed, you will come. Just please don't say it. And the doctor goes like, okay, fine, yeah, sure, why not? But again, like, this is some sort of mentality that the Puritans from the internet just can't seem to grasp. You just don't understand the Eastern European mindset. Like, we are people born and cultivated and breeded in order to fuck with authority. Like, if the authority does something we disagree with, we will find ways to fuck with you. Like, here's an example, the COVID vaccine. During the COVID vaccine, there were many cases where it was called vaccinated by the sink. So in other words, you would go to the medical office, you would go to the doctor, you'd give the doctor 500 euros, the doctor would take the vaccine, he would drip it into the sink, and there you fucking go, you're vaccinated. Congratulations, here's your green card. What do you do against that, huh? What the fuck do you do against that, moral busybodies, huh? How do you enforce that shit? Oh, you put the doctors in prison? How many? Because there's like at least 30% of them that do it. Are you going to replace the entire medical industry? There was another question. This one was the funniest. You need a QR code to enter the mall, right? So like you can only enter the mall if you're vaccinated. You got a QR code. The QR code I was using was used by 25 other people. I know for sure. It's like, here's my QR. Like, it wasn't a crime. It wasn't illegal. Like, here's my QR code. Go use it. Yeah, try and enforce your morality. Go on. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, you had to show QR code, and you did. Just didn't happen to be yours. They weren't allowed to ask the QR code in your ID, so they couldn't verify. And honestly, like, there was a time where even the gatekeeper didn't even care. Like, the security guy from the mall. He's like, show me the QR code. And he'll be like, yeah, go in. Yeah, of course, really, it's Eastern Europe. See, like, the thing is, like, if you want in Eastern Europe something to work, you actually have to convince people. You actually have to persuade people. You can't force them to do shit. You can't, like, enforce something if they disagree with it. So, like, if you're not convincing people that this is actually desirable, and you actually have a normal conversation and you tell them, you get them to believe, no, if you try to with censorship and with shit like that, it's just not going to work. Like, they're not going to follow. They're not going to obey. Oh, apparently it was like that in Europe. Well, what country are you from, Trick Nero? I thought that it's only in Eastern Europe, but, like, apparently it wasn't more. Dude, we already force morality on people. I get what you're saying, but make a better argument. No, see, that's the thing. In Eastern Europe, you don't force morality. You persuade people. You try to persuade them. If you try to force it, they will find ways, number one, to fuck with you. And number two, they will find ways in order to try and... How can I make money out of your morality? Like, that's pretty much it. It's like, okay, everyone needs to get vaccinated. How can I make some cash out of this? Like, how can I use this to my advantage? And there were people selling QR codes. There were people selling vaccines by the sink. Different type of people. We had communism. Like, they were trying to fuck with us, so we had to fuck with them. Hold on. Like, there was another thing. Oh, yeah, they had a hotline. Like, let me give you another example. They had a hotline where you could report people that were breaking the quarantine. So, like, if you see a neighbor that broke the quarantine, you have the hotline. Oh my god, they filled it with porn. They would call people and report the president. They would report the prime minister. They would report their own doctor. Like, they flooded the phone line to the point where it was unusable. You cannot force morality in Eastern Europe. It just doesn't fucking work. You can persuade people. That's true. Like, you can persuade people that your way of thinking is right. And you know who did it? The Americans. The Americans actually managed to persuade us. How? With Hollywood. Like, because Hollywood, Disney, American music, and all that shit was so great when we grew up, there is an indescribable love that Eastern Europeans have for American culture. Like, you can't shit talk America. Like trying to shit talk America is like trying to talk good about Russia. You can't. Because people are persuaded that the American way of life is inherently better. Why? Because they grew up with Hollywood. Simple. So it wasn't by force. Like, it wasn't like someone says, no, you gotta think that America is better. If you think that America is wrong, we will censor you, we will ban you, we will force you. No. Like, they just created art that was so superior to everything else, and the way of life and the themes and the motifs in the movies were so mind-blowing that everyone was like, yeah, no, America is good shit. Jesus, you guys are more libertarian than hardcore Texas rednecks. I wouldn't say. I think that it's just that when you grow up in a bureaucracy, like when you grow up with communism, you gotta cope with it. Like the problem is that if you followed the rules and you did everything right, you would probably starve. And so people try to avoid starvation. They would find various ways to get around the government, usually by, like, not protesting, not being directly against the government, but like finding ways to subvert and to use the government's bureaucracy against itself. This is why till this day Romanians covet blue jeans. That's true. Like, having a jeans was a symbol of status back in the day. See, the thing is, like, we're not... It's not that we hate the government. Like, if something comes from the government that makes sense, and we agree with it, we do respect and we follow it. But when things happen that don't make sense, like, for instance, in the case of the COVID thing, right? Like, if I get vaccinated and I'm protected, then why can't I choose for myself? It's like, okay, if I don't... So like, if someone gets vaccinated and he doesn't spread it to other people, then why the fuck does it matter? It's like, if you're not afraid of the disease, don't take the vaccine. If you're afraid, take it, right? So a lot of people didn't understand this. A lot of people didn't like the fact that the medical secret is being violated. It's like, that's the thing, you know, the doctor-patient confidentiality was being violated. And so a lot of people didn't follow those restrictions. And by the way, they ended up being unconstitutional as well. When I had to get my favorite cat put to sleep for cancer, Jesus, the vet threatened to throw me out of the building when I took my mask off. The worst part is that the next mask mandates were removed the next day. Yeah, there was a lot of animosity from people to the medical sector because of shit like that. I remember that blue jeans quote, yeah. Make propaganda great again. Well, Japan is doing that, right? Like, what is with the anime shit? Right? Like, you have people that never been to Japan, do not understand Japanese economy, do not know a single person from Japan, but they absolutely love Japan. To the point, if there was like a single politician that was trying to shit-talk Japan, you'd have people go like, wait, why are you shit-talking Japan? Why is that a problem? What did they done to you, right? Because they like the anime, they like the culture. And so that's how you win people. And they can also instill their morality with their fan service and shit. Like, that's part of their morality, right? And so China is going to do that next, because it seems like, in my take, it seems that Japan is getting heavily censored by, it's not just Visa and MasterCard, but now the companies that adapt anime for the West are becoming centralized, and they have terms of service and rules for the animes, to the point where modern anime, not a lot, but I see it happening. I see more diversity in them. I see them basically getting Americanized, like less fan service, more violence, removal of sexy women, right? And so this is happening now. I think it's like 2016 for anime. Give it 4 years, it's going to be what Hollywood is now. And so China is taking over because, like, again, they don't understand. It's like the public is just going to move to the next thing. It's like, okay, well, you're not offering me what I want, and I'm going to go to the next thing. And the problem is, like, if people start liking Chinese shit, they're going to start liking China as well. So, like, when a politician is going to talk shit about China, they're going to be like, hold on a little bit. Like, China gives us Genshin Impact and all the other stuff. Why are you talking bad against them? American Outlier, thank you for the $20. This is called American Exceptionalism. It was the idea that we as Americans were better than everybody else, but it was a good way, innovation, creativity. But neocons twisted to mean forever words and Americanize everyone in the world. Yeah, that's actually horrible. Like, again, the level of soft power that Americans had with Hollywood was astonishing. And every Hollywood movie was treating America as the land of the great, the land of the free, the best shit ever. And so when people from other places of the world would watch Hollywood, they would be like, wow, America is genuinely this awesome place. Like, it wasn't showing the ugliness of America, which I'm pretty sure it existed. Or if it did show the ugliness of the Americans, usually the hero would win. Right? So like RoboCop, it shows the ugliness of America. But you know what? At the end of the day, RoboCop does the right thing. And he crushes the corporations and he destroys the villains and blah, blah, blah. So that was the stories that you guys were saying. You ever visit the United States, live the cities as soon as I get transportation? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm ever going to visit the US. The flight is way, way too much. I think it's like a 24-hour flight. So like if I want to visit the US, first I need to take a flight to London. And that's like 3 hours. Once I'm in London, you gotta wait for the flight to New York. So you might wait like 3-4 hours in an airport. And then after that, you go to New York. And then congratulations, you're in New York. Why the fuck would I want to be in New York? And so that's that's the thing. And then you have to come back. So if I were to spend like 24 hours on a flight, I might as well go to Japan because I watch anime and it's better than Hollywood. So that's my reasoning. Fly out from Iceland? I don't think it's cheaper because like I would have to fly to Luton. I don't think I have like a flight to Iceland, right? So I have to fly to Luton, and then from Luton I have to fly from Iceland. It's very complicated. Salvador V, do you have any advice for your viewers who want to increase the size of the putza so they can have greater self-esteem and popularity? Wait, you want to increase the size of your cock? Women don't really like that, by the way. Like here's the thing. I'm not going to brag, but I'm not very small. And so it's actually quite difficult when you make love with the ladies because you got to be very gentle, you know? No, having a big cock isn't a good thing. It's like, it's a myth. Having a small cock isn't a good thing either. Having one that's medium-sized and slightly thick, yeah, that's... Also, American airports are all airports are horrible. Very few. Like, I'm not even going to an airport just to see it nice, unless you're standing there, right? Do you know what airports should have? And I'm actually surprised that it doesn't. I'm actually going to look and see why the fuck airports don't have this. Why don't airports have a hotel? Right? Because there's like so many people that are in transit. And they would love to have a bed to sleep in. Like, it doesn't have to be like a 3-star hotel, but like a tiny room with a bed. Like, that would fucking be enough. Airports have sucked since 9/11. No, but think about it, right? Like, how many times do you not go to an airport? Oh, many do. I've never heard of one that does. Like the one in London doesn't. And I never understood why not. The plane flies there. That's not the point. Okay, so it's an American thing. Yeah, in Europe we don't really have that. So like, if you want to travel to a place and you gotta wait like 3-4 hours for your next flight, you just gotta walk around the airport. You just gotta find some chairs and sit on like a hobo. There are translot hotels. Yeah, okay, so they're not in some countries. I get it. No, like, the problem with the airports is that if you travel somewhere, like, let's say, I want to travel to Japan, and I have to stop in England and then go to Japan, right? If I have to wait, like, 2 hours in England, well, actually not 2. Let's say I have to wait 4 hours, right? It would be nice if I had, like, a bed or something. It's 4 hours. Like, what are you going to do? If you want to go out in London, you gotta check out at the airport. You gotta wait through security, and then when you come back, you gotta check in again. It's very difficult. You might miss your flight. Elon says to import foreigners with slender, non-painful, small mushrooms to make love to our wives and replace us, or is selfish and against winning. The thing with Elon is, like, I don't think he ever lied about the H-1B visas. Like, Trump himself said that he is in favor of legal migration. Like, at no point was the campaign promise that he is going to terminate the H-1B visa thing. So, like, if you get less illegal migration, I would take that. But, well, it's your country. You get to decide on this issue. Does that mean your real name is Bigus Dickus? No. Jesus, Sijar. Anyway, thank you for watching. Gonna go upload the videos on my other channels now, and I will see you guys later. Take care.